Welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. We're on to a new data analytics adventure. That is, we installed, as you'll see here, we've installed Windows 11 Home Edition into a virtual box, okay? Into a virtual box. We did that, then we ran an update on one note here. I am not using the product key at this point, alright? I'm not using the product key. And it looks to me if the trouble is, well, here it says we got this here, don't we? Now, you're supposed to be able to come down here and set this, but we can't. So let's set this back up here to 100%. And again, at this point, I downloaded the ISO from Windows, from Microsoft site. I have a key for my for the main Windows 11 here. But I don't think it's going to work because it's an OEM key, not just a regular key. I could get a new key for about $100 in Microsoft, but we'll go think about that. My current thought of this is turn this into a database server install. You know, specifically an SQL Server database install. So we got to install, got a 400 gigabyte partition, Windows 11 Home Edition installed, and I've already downloaded SQL Server 2022 Developer Edition, SQL Server Management Studio, and now we're going to download and also Microsoft Virtual Studio, which has capabilities to work with databases there, including extensions that allow you to work with both SQL Server Analytics and SQL Server Integration Studio. Analytics, again. The integration is the ETL, the tool. It's it's extract, transform, and load. What is well, I tell you what SSAR is like. It's a lot of it looks like Excel pivot tables. I mean, the syntax is rows and columns. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's just come over here now, and let's just and let's start by installing our thing over here. Basic. I'll include a link to a couple of the videos I use as a reference, okay? For Linux also. But you wonder how good is a port? Is it a complete port, or is there something missing? Now here's an interesting question. Would this install quicker into a virtual box than directly to an SSD? I'm also thinking once I get the basic database set up in place, I may clone that also. Hey, we have more than one client. We want to keep the work separate. We just clone our database setup, and we go from there. Now I may also, so brace yourself. I may also install Anaconda or R or something like that down here. I'm not quite sure yet. So this is actually installing rather fast. See, the trouble I'm having is you know, I tried to install, I had SQL Server running, then I wanted to go back and add in the SSIR and the SSAS packages, and I got, you know, install, so I uninstalled the basic version, and I tried to install the developer version in order to install the two packages. That didn't work, so I uninstalled that. Then I reinstalled the base package and it's a developer and Express. So, and eventually, over some point in time, the installs became so convoluted I couldn't get either developer or Express to run. Okay, and then we show multiple servers, even though there was only one server's instance installed and stuff like that. Okay, so we could do this: get a basic install, you know, and just go with it that way. Of course, a 10 terabyte. What you really need is a 10 terabyte a drive for all these virtual machines, right? Plus 64 gigabytes of memory. That's the ticket, and an i7 processor. There we go. But that's okay. Acquiring setup files. This actually, the setup files are actually put into the root C directory, and it's called something like SQL 2023 or something like that, or 2022. But the rest of the stuff is installed into that either programs or programs 86 directory, as SQL Server Studio, or SQL Server Management, or a SQL Server database. So again, to go back to the previous thing, you know, to a certain extent, the Windows 11 on my base system, it runs fine. The database languages work, but I can't get the SQL Server to install. Now during the install of this version, you can in fact sign on with your you can sign on with your you can sign on with your Microsoft account, and it'll actually download like the documents directory and stuff like that. I don't think it'll download the C drive image, but it will download a lot of your it may in fact download your entire user account, or it may just download the documents. But I decided clean slate. And besides, as always, if we have to, we can also go and get most of the code we want back from GitHub, okay? SQL Server 2022 Developer Edition. Now, one of the things just sometimes you will see, because you install this, then you go back to the setup file and add something else in there, okay? And then you go back and add additional packages. We're going to add the analytics package and the, what's the other one? And the integration package, okay? And that way we'll be able to access all the information, all the you know, the database server. We can access Microsoft Studio. Within Microsoft Studio, we can also be able to access both SSIR and SSIS, okay? Now Microsoft claims that this is the most popular database out there, but I don't think that's true. I think by far the most popular database out there in terms of installations is MySQL, because MySQL was the one that was that was or is running all these budget web hosting sites. You know, it's what's called LAMP: Linux, Apache, PHP, and MySQL. Got that backwards, don't I? Yeah. I mean that acronym was sort of like the rallying call for the for the open source people back when the high tech. I don't call it a high tech bubble because it never really went away. Yeah, a lot of companies failed and probably would have failed anyway, but the companies actually had something worth purchasing and using, like inexpensive hosting sites. You know, they're still there. There's sites like Bluehost and stuff like that who have inexpensive hosting sites out there, and it'll include, you know, MySQL and PHP, and maybe an installation of WordPress or something like that. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. Now, this is going to be a very short video. I'm going to hold you in suspense of whether or not it's actually working or not. So when this installation went in this video, then I'm going to start a second part to this video, which is going to include installing the SQL Service Manager Studio. Okay. See here, it's not actually installing yet. Actually, tell you what we'll do here. We'll start it in it right here. We'll go out and we'll go back and install these two additional packages, okay? We'll install SSIR and SSAR. No, it's SSIS and ISSAS. There actually is an SSIR, or AR, which is some type of reporting system you have. But I can't imagine SSAR being as good as Power BI. And you can easily access SQL Server databases from either Excel or Power BI, and probably even Word. It'll also be interesting how much space we're actually using up. Because I allowed what, 300 or 400 gigabytes for this. Now you can see the icons are kind of large, so we don't really have a proper resolution. I mean, it may not without a key. Because what would happen if you scaled it down to like 75% or something like that? Huh. Yeah, the installation is very straightforward. I mean, you just want to, for instance, you want to say, you want to select don't have a key. Then you get to the point where it's about logging into your Microsoft account. You can do that, but you want to say set up. If you don't want to pull over all your document folder from your base system, you simply say set up new computer. Then you get a clean install of Windows 11. The only thing additional I've installed prior to this database is just Chrome. Okay. Now the question still remains: can I use my key? That's the question. Can I use my key? My OEM key. I could get a new Windows 11 Home Edition key for about $100 in the Microsoft site. And if I really want to carry forward my plan, my plan for world domination by using virtual boxes to manage all my environments and keep the base environment clean. $100 isn't that bad. If I do let's say I have one install database management, SQL Server database management. Then I have a second virtual box that's Python programming, Python. A third it's R and stuff like that. Or in a more optimistic, maybe I'll have a separate virtual box for for each of my clients or something like that, or each project. But down. Breaking news. So part 2 will be installing SSIR and SSIS and SSAS. Okay, the third one will be to install, and hopefully SQL Server Management Studio, and the third one will be to maybe to install SQL Server Management Studio and maybe Virtual Studio also. Of course, who knows? Maybe we'll install VS Code for the fun of it. You just never know. But the objective is to keep this clean as we possibly can. And of course, a simple way to go and log into like GitHub and open it and to our chat account and OpenAI, and a few other goodies like that. Now we could have done a custom install and installed them two packages, SSIS and SSAS, but we didn't. We'll install them separately. You know, SSIS is a like Telend, which is a EDL package also, ETL package also, or maybe it's that the Telend is like SSIS. I'm not sure. Not sure which one came first, but from what I've looked at, the functionality is very similar. I mean, you know, huh? You see, here is the installed media folder, installation resource folder. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. So we are connected. Huh. Okay, good. Let's close this. All right. Let's do a space check. Okay, good. And that brings this session to close. Version 2 will be installing SSIR